Nice. That's very nice. Nice and simple. Nope, never mind. It's not snapping into place the way I want it to. Oh, there's going to be some screws. That has to be. Sticker with shown picture. Press it in as deep as possible. What is stopping me? I didn't grab my. Oh, that's the hardware. I am on step 6. Must click under support in the center of the LCD controller. Oh, there we go. I heard the click now. Got the click. So once you get the these two arms into their correct place where there's guides for them, there does look like there's holes for screws. I'm not sure if you know, but there's a little tab right here. Little tab right there. Let me get my. There we go. Little tab right there that holds the board down, and then some tabs underneath here. It looks like as well. So very nice. So we got that. Got that. Securing the LCD controller. There are 2 screws, so we need the M3 times 10 2. So. Where did that bag go? There it is. So I'm going to separate all those out. Well, they give you a ton of extra zip ties, which is not a bad thing. So M3 times 10 screws. Only 2 in this package. And they go in, and it shows where they go in, right there at the bottom. So I can see where they feed into right there. So that's nice. Oh, come on. Get this aligned right here. Sorry, my head keeps going in terms of the camera now. It's been a long stream, but I'm almost there, I think. I do have a strong inkling that I'm gonna have to pick up my baby girl and to take care of her before and then come on back on after she goes to bed. So, hey, you know, it's the way it is. That does not want to go in there. That one doesn't want to go either. All right, started. No, it's not. Start soon. I feel like that they print this housing at a faster rate because I see some layer separation, or maybe someone just opened the door because I believe this is all ABS. Someone opened the door, draft came in. All right. So, almost there. Wow, this has been a long stream. So I wonder how the guy did it in 4 hours. I mean, I guess using better tools. Not streaming it and chatting with people. But I wasn't chatting with you guys for the first 4 hours. It was only after the first 4 hours that I chatted with you guys. Not that it was a problem. Ah, there we go. Beautiful. Got that. LCD screen. can assemble the knob. Knob just presses right into place. Beautiful. Cables are already attached, so don't need to worry about that part. Press the LCD assembly onto the front of the display. Oh man, this is getting exciting. We're getting so close to having a completed printer. So this just press fits right onto the threaded rods. A little bit of elbow grease and force gets it right on there. Beautiful. All right, and I'm gonna keep my hand underneath this because I already know that I'm gonna have to pick it up. So they say it's a zip tie to anchor the LCD assembly to the threaded rods. Okay, so there's a zip tie that goes through there. Okay, beautiful. I like it. I like it a lot. Don't know if I'm a big fan of so many zip ties, but you know, hey, for something like this, it works. All right, we're gonna pull this on. I was thinking the same thing, but it says a customer of theirs. Maybe it's someone who got fired and bought one and then became a customer. I don't know. But on their website, if you go to their shop.prusa3d.com or whatever it is to buy the kit, about halfway down you get to the build instructions and assembly manuals, and it said, "Our fastest customer built his in under 4 hours. Can you beat him?" I showed it at the very beginning of this stream, but you can no longer go back and see it until the stream's over with. But hey, you know, it is what it is. All right, so now we're going to run the cables. So they go underneath the left side, and we use these fun little cable clips here. And the reverse direction of every other cable clip. So got those zip ties on, got those zip ties on. Is there a cable clip on the front? Nope, just on the sides it looks like. So I'm going to pick it up and precariously balance it right here. And then I'm going to run my cable clips along there. And then we're going to alternate this one to be the other way now. And it looks like we run them all the way back to have one on the other side of the frame. Where all the rest of our cables are already running. So that makes a lot of sense. Because that's where the board's going to go. I say, you know, if he could build his, if he was a customer and his first printer he built from Prusa took him 4 hours, Prusa should hire him as an assembler. I gotta tell you what, I thought this was going to be a little bit simpler than everybody was making it out to be. I wasn't dumb. I knew this wasn't going to be simple. But at the same time, I thought it was going to be a little bit easier than this. Just keep running into little hiccups. A bunch of little hiccups that slow things way down. But hey, that's the way life is, right? You just got to roll with the punches. So this is one of the reasons why I know that this frame does not sit on the ground. Because I just ran these ribbon cables underneath the frame. And if it were sitting on the ground, it would eventually eat away at these cables. So I know that the frame does not sit on the ground because of that. Why aren't you getting... Oh, I put you on backwards. I'm going to put you on the other way. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing here with the cable. It's on the screen for the instructions. Step 11. Step 11 is we're running the cable management. And because I'm not left-handed, it's a little bit hard. I keep using excuses. I apologize. No excuses. It's all my fault. Oh, my OCD is going to kill me if I don't move this. Get down in the middle there. It's better. Not totally happy with those, but they work. Okay. So, all right, we got those in there. We've got that in there. Yep. Congratulations, you attached those. Ah, yay! Done with another step. All right. PSU, PlayStation unit, power supply unit, and heat bed assembly. So I might get started on this and then have to break off and finish this later tonight. Okay. So what we're gonna need is our 3D printer parts for this step, which are right here. All right, so the first tools we're gonna need are, these pliers again, and we're gonna need our 2.5 and 2 millimeter Allen wrenches, and we're gonna need our 3D printed parts. So this is our spool holder. This is probably one of the first things I'm going to print out and improve upon. The spool holder. This spool holder is not the best thing in the world. And then this is our heat bed cable cover. And I need the hardware for this step 7. There it is. Step 7 hardware. Beautiful. All right, so we got some more zip ties in here. Man, they just throw zip ties at you in these packages. There we go. Nothing else in there. All right, so assembling the PSU. Okay, so we need the M410 with dome head, 2 pieces. M410 dome head. The M410 dome head. Looks like it. M410 dome head. Yep, that is it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And we need power supply and cover. Hey, it's right here. Now time to see if my measurements stack up. This is where it's make or break. That's kind of why I wanted to get to this point at this point. So we only need 2 at this time. So if that attaches to the frame, what do we need to attach to that? Okay, we're gonna get to that in a second. Okay. I'm getting ahead of myself. So we want to run the wires underneath the frame. So you can't really say in the picture there too well. If you're on the website, I'm sure you could zoom in, which I'll try and do for you right now. They run the wires. Well, they're running it underneath and behind right now, so I guess it doesn't matter where they go right now. Sorry, I thought I'm going underneath the frame. So I need to line up that with that. Are these also threaded? They shouldn't be threaded, but I believe they are. Yes, they are. I'm using my left hand again. So be prepared for me to drop this tool a couple times. Jeez. Sorry if my head's like blocking frame, probably is. I needed to see where that hole was for the place, the power supply unit. Ever since I messed that up way early on, I can't stop. Every time I think PSU, I think PlayStation. Okay, turn this different direction. That is not easy to line up, but I don't even know how to tell you how to do that. You kind of just have to try and eyeball between the frame and the power and supply unit where the hole and the bolt are about to meet up, and do your best. Once you get the top one in, I'm sure it's just a matter of lining the holes up and then running the bolt through, the screw through. There we go. So they're lined up now. Where is my number? Packing bubble wrap. Oh, my little girl's gonna love that. I'm gonna have to give the packing bubble wrap to her. We like to play with it together and pop all the bubbles. I know I love to do that as a kid too. You just gotta be careful because it's the small little packing bubble wrap that the one I'm choking on. Okay, so feels like that's grabbing. Ooh, and it looks like I'm lined up back there. Very nice. Oh, hope that can come across. The tongue just went grrr. All right, those two pieces are on there. Woohoo! All right, so now we need some more pieces. So now we need the rest of what's in this bag. So now we need M3 times 18. Two of them. M3 times 18. One. M3 times 18. Two. M3 washers. Two. Boom, boom. And M3 nuts. Two. Boom. So now we're going to put it through the power supply unit Y part, as they call it. And what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try to turn this up on its side, and it's going to have to be this side. And looks like that the bolts go into the very bottom of the unit. So you can see here, I've got the bottom down here, the power supply unit's up here. This is the Y unit that we were worried about so many hours ago, with this foot and this plate being exactly 100 millimeters apart. This is where we find out if our 100 millimeter distance and why it was important, because this two pieces bolt together and I've got it to feed right through. I am ecstatically happy about that because I have seen a couple videos of people building this, or had read people who just could not get that measurement to be right. And I was a little on the apprehensive side as to if I could get it right. So I'm going to use that trick from earlier where we put the bolt, because there's some traps down here for these bolts. So I'm going to use that trick from earlier where you thread it onto a longer one. I'm not going to hammer it in or anything. Oh, I might have to. I don't know. I wonder if I can start it and then pull this bolt out, because that's a little difficult. Being a little difficult. I've got the right size screw in it, yeah. Yeah, so it talks about using the similar on screw assembly as with the extruder, but this is now on our printer, and hammering anything onto a printer that's not solid is not going to be an easy. Okay, so warning, loud noises. Turn down your volume. Ah, that worked better than I thought. Okay, loud noises one more time, so turn down your volume. Okay, think you're okay. Don't think I need to do that again for a bit. my, there it goes. All right, so now we're going to take the M3x18 screw, which is, yep, that's the right one. I'm going to throw it down in that hole. Tighten it up to that nut I just seated in there, I hope. I don't think that's going through. M3x18. Do I have the right nut? The right one? M3x18. My problem is that it doesn't feel like that it's going through to the captured nut. So either I don't have the nut all the way in yet, or it's the wrong size bolt. Yeah, I can see the nut, or I can see the screw, and it just doesn't reach the nut. Let's see if I can get that nut to sit any further in there. I can't get that nut to sit any further in there. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go into my parts bag here, and I'm going to see if there's any extra M10x20s. Yes, there is. So if I do this, if I do M10x20 and throw it in there, or M3x20, sorry, not M10. Get out of my way a bit here. Yeah, that reaches down perfect. So the theory that I have right now is that if I do this, tighten it up, get that nut to seat up farther into its home, I can just pull this M1020 out, and put the 18 in, or I can leave the M1020, M320. Yeah, it's been a long stream. I don't mean to keep complaining about it. Just getting to that point where my brain's kind of on the fritz, but I won't give up yet. I don't surrender that easily. I just complain about it more. I feel like the M20 is going to be fine there, and it's out of the spare bag, so it's not like I'm losing anything anywhere. That's also an M20. That's definitely strong enough to hold it, so I'm not mad about it. So you may have to do that as well. I don't know about you, but I couldn't get that to seat in there. So are they going to get the nuts to seat in their traps very well? Well, now that one just fell right out. So I had to. Well, what I'm doing is I'm using an M320 instead of an M318 like the instructions say, to get the power supply unit Y piece, as they call it, to tighten down. So this, I know this isn't the most exciting part of this build. Oh, come on. Seriously? Man, I swear I had it there for a second. Ah, I think that's it. And everything's lined up good. That's a good sign that it's all lined up good because of the alignment of the power supply unit Y piece and the power supply unit to the frame. That's a really good sign that I'm aligned really good. So So I couldn't be happier about that. All those measurements earlier, taking a little bit extra time in that earlier phases of the print or the build worked out great. All right, so I got those done. Done. So it's saying to take the main power guide to underneath, yep. And zip tie it to the threaded rod there and the threaded rod there, okay. So I've got it up already, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. That's what I was thinking anyway. So we're just gonna go straight across the frame here. We're gonna use a couple zip ties and just go right around. So you guys can't see it through all the wiring here, but it shows perfectly in those pictures on the site that you just go right around the threaded rod. Basically, just take the wires that are coming out of the back of the power supply unit's cover, and take them straight back to the threaded rod, the nearest point, and zip tie it to that threaded rod. And you go straight across the build. You are going to go in between, it looks like you're going to go in between the cables for the LCD and the Z-axis motor, and then all the cables for well, that's actually not together there. And then the cables for the Y-axis motor. And they don't get zip tied together, do they? Just make sure. Does not look like they get zip tied together. Looks like it all just gets zip tied separately. And you don't want to tighten them too much, because they may they could sever the cables. So we're good there. Okay. So I'm just doing a good hand tight. I'm not even going to grab my thing. All right. So I'm gonna leave this here, this here. You know what, guys? It is 5:30, and I've got to go pick up my little girl here in a minute, because I know she's dying to come home, and I'm dying to see her and have dinner with my wife and girls. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to have to stop the stream for a bit. What I'm going to do is after the girls go to bed, barring the wife vetoing it, I'm going to be back. It'll be after 9 o'clock. That's the latest she goes to bed. She usually goes to bed earlier than that, but about 9 o'clock, I'm going to get myself some dinner, enjoy some family time, and then come back and finish up the electronics. So thank you to you two, Ray and yet another geek, for being on here with me for so long. I hope that you can come back for tonight for the finish up of it, and hopefully I can get it all up and running tonight. It looks like we're in the final stretches. All I gotta do is get the heat bed on and get the electronics going. A little disappointed couldn't get done in one run, but hey, you know, such is life. Live with it and move on. So again, thank you guys so much for joining me. If you like what I'm doing, then you know, go ahead and subscribe, like, whatever it is that you're supposed to do on these things. I have no idea. So that you can come back tonight and let other people know this is a good channel. So hey, thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you soon. I don't think it's stopped yet. Has it stopped?